Paul, you said 120.
Well, it's not exactly, but 67 games, 2 each game. Obviously, just 2
At the beginning we were not here, but since when are you here again?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. There's someone on Zoom,
Yeah. I know more about your living room than you probably want to because I saw it on the screen. But you didn't.
Guys, there'll be 2 embargo sections to this. We can't take questions from everybody. We'll get around as many as we possibly can for the time. So we'll kick off with Vinny for the first couple.
Jurgen, we'll start with the injury news first. How's Joe Gomez, Fabinho, Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah? How likely are they to figure this weekend? In particular Mo, given of course he's going up against Son in the race for the Golden Boot with just 1 goal separating the two.
I'm sure it's first of all about good news. Yesterday we had one reassuring further scan, but the first thing was like we thought about how like he and we thought after the game we were lucky. Was a proper knock, but nothing happened. It's the leg where he was injured, so I understand 100% that everybody was a bit concerned. I was, until I saw Joe's face in the dressing room where I think most of the time we know best about our body. The result of this scan is not here yet, but we don't expect anything really different. It was just reassuring that it's all fine, and from there we go. If it's fine, then it's about pain. How can you deal with pain, and then we will see what Joe can do today or tomorrow. But I don't know in a moment. With the other boys, it looks all good. What we do with them for the weekend, I have no idea. Actually, I understand 100% the. Goal scoring, the battle with Heung-Min Son, but we have no chance that we take any risk. But Mo doesn't want to take any risk. There's no doubt about that. But it looks good. But the boys make steps, and we will see. My preferred solution would be they all could play at the weekend for rhythm reasons, stuff like this. Or at least could be on a bench and we can bring them on or not, but that would involve, so that would be, but if not, then we take it from there. So I cannot say it 100%.
Obviously, I realise, first and foremost, in your mind will be taking care of business yourself this weekend.
Of course.
But there's another element to it as well, because I know that Steven Gerrard has spoken in the past of his disappointment of missing out on the title in 2014. So how much do you buy into any kind of romantic notion and the romantic side of football that he could go and get the result that ultimately hands you the title as well if you take it?
I can understand these kind of situations only by thinking myself in that role. So if I would play a game and could help Dortmund, I could help Mainz, whatever, it would mean for me an extra motivation. That's how it is. But I don't play. And Stevie doesn't play. So that's a shame, and much more a shame that Stevie is not playing than that I'm not playing. But so, yeah, of course, we are all human beings and have these kind of things, but there's no real info that Stevie will take it 100% serious. I'm sure, without me calling him or whatever, I don't have to. Probably the rest of the club did it already, but I didn't. I think a really good example, for example, how motivated football teams are to fulfill their own targets is last night's game from Crystal Palace. So Crystal Palace, wow! And there were a lot of people everything. It was such an important game, one of the most important games for Everton in history. And then Crystal Palace shows up there and plays incredible football. So and yeah, they lost, but the effort they put in, and the passion they showed, and the whole game was really, from Crystal Palace, was really good. They lost, and now congratulations, by the way, to Everton for staying in the league. But that's a good example, just how football teams usually are. We play to win, and Aston Villa plays to win, and that's it. And it's a difficult place to go. With cities like this, if you don't go there and you don't play, are not at 100%, you get 5 or 6 easily. And if you are fully there, then you have a chance to get a result, how it always is in football. But this is the game I'm not concerned about, I'm not thinking about at all, because with all the things we speak about, I speak already too long about that game, but it's completely disrespectful to Wolverhampton Wanderers, because they will do exactly the same. They don't come here and want to be part of our celebrations or stuff like this. They come here and want to win and get 3 points, definitely, and we have to be ready for this game and not for the other one.
And as you touched on last night, and we've seen various celebrations this week as well with pitch invasions. I just wonder how worrying are they for managers, particularly when you're concerned about your own safety as well as the safety of your players. And is there a message for fans as to how to celebrate the right way?
It's difficult because it's always the same. You cannot give a message, but how many 83rd minute were on the pitch, I don't know. When I saw fathers and sons with little sons on the pitch, I thought, I'm not 100% sure what you are thinking. So that you lose your mind for yourself is okay, but you lose it for yourself and your son. I didn't get that, because if the other thousands would have been there as well, that could have been really dangerous after the game. I'm not sure how you can avoid that. I would. It's really difficult. To someone really judge it and understand the emotions, but it's for the players of the other team especially massively uncomfortable, and it should not be dangerous for them. So these are things that people cannot hold themselves back, like the two guys now, obviously in the last two games. Yeah. They should for sure not be there. But I hope it's always like this. Two things happen now, and I really hope we learn from that. So it's not even, I'm not sure if it's a nice picture, but it's just like it is, and we should make sure that nothing, absolutely nothing, happens. People threaten themselves by jumping over whatever, these kind of things. It's just so that these kind of things shouldn't happen. I think we can celebrate things without threatening ourselves and the opponent. I would say that should be possible, and yeah, we will see.
Before we go to Juliet, we'll go to one from Israel. Yes, that's okay. And then we'll go.
PLP.
PLP, PLP, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, 2 is fine.
Yeah.
For Israel 1, for PLP 2, I'm not sure. Sorry.
Sky goes. Start your Friday negotiation. Morning, Jurgen. Good to see you.
Hi.
I was wondering, how proud are you with the season, the journey that the players, yourself, the club, the staff have been through this year?
Yeah, that's been tough, but it's been great. So it's absolute joy to be part of it. Being part of this group is exceptional. And with the group, I mean, not only the players. I mean, actually, we are here in the building of the group, so it's insane. So with working together with these people is a pure joy. And being where we are is so rare that you can do something. You cannot plan it. Imagine somebody tells you before the season, we want to be part of, we want to be in all of 3 cup finals and want to fight for the league as well. And you would say, yeah, good luck with that. So it's actually not possible. But the boys did it, feeded literally and not literally by the people here in the building, by our supporters, by all these kind of things. So it's a fantastic time for a Liverpool supporter. And now we have to make sure that we enjoy the last 2 games as well. And obviously, the most enjoyable thing in football is winning football games. That makes it all everything much easier. And so there are 2 massive games to come. One now directly on Sunday, and we have to make sure that we are ready for that.
In terms of Wolves this weekend, what did you make of their season in general, and what do you expect from them?
From Wolves?
Yeah, Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves played an incredible season. I would say, really, I'm not sure if Bruno is 100% happy, but because I think that for sure that here and there they dropped points were not necessary, so they could have fought even. I think it's now the first week where they cannot fight for Europe anymore. Right? Last week, if they would have won, there was a chance. So then, in a decisive moment, Bruno got obviously COVID, was not involved, and I don't know him that well, but from the game we played, I think I have a sense how competitive he is, and it must be horrible for him then to sit at home and see that he cannot do that. But it's always like this, for the development of a team is always important, the season and the end of the season as well, because you work with that, so it's something, and that's why I expect them extremely strong, with the best possible lineup, with a clear plan. Obviously, they didn't score that many goals in this season, but they conceded pretty much none, and that's a really special thing, and that's a way to build a team. Obviously, you have to be solid before you can be fancy, and that's what I did, and that's why I expect a lot from them next year, but a very difficult opponent for the weekend.
Thank you very much. We'll see you for Sport 1 again, I'm sure, on the pitch side. Yes, Juliet, sorry.
Jurgen, so when you won the Premier League title a few years ago, you said you would celebrate when the time was right. You had the opportunity to do that now, as well as the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and what else could come in the next week or so as well. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. Oh, we have so many reasons to celebrate, to be honest. We've celebrated, so we don't know how many reasons, but we have already enough reasons. So I think already it's enough to celebrate life. It's already enough reason. And then, of course, Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and whatever will come. And I know, and of course, that we didn't have the parade 2 years ago when we became champion is not the reason, but another reason. I'm really happy that we can deliver what I promised that time. I said, whenever it's possible, we will have a parade. Now there's a parade. It's not. So it's all about us, what we want to celebrate. It's not about what other people think, and I couldn't care less. But I know already about what people will say about it, really, all these kind of things. But it's really, it's just for us. It's just for Liverpool FC, for the people. It's just that we celebrate that we are together in this moment in time. And that's, for me, actually already enough to organize a parade without any trophies. But we have already two, and let's see how many more we will have until then. But whatever happens on the 28th, the 29th will be this 29th will be a great day.
Juliet. Carl from Merseyside, and then we'll go to Carl from Press Association.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
You spoke about how the squad is playing as part of the season, and mentioned how Takumi and Minamino should be playing more and that kind of thing as well. And then there's already stuff written about some of these players might want to leave in the summer to get more game time. But are those kind of players you'd want to see leave because they're making your squad so strong, aren't they?
I don't want to see anybody leave, but that's life, and that's a situation. I have no idea. Nobody came to me and told me I want to go. No agent called me and said, if he's not playing more, we will see what happens. Honestly, that's not the time to think about it. But it's 100% true. I said this, whatever happens this year, what happened already this year, is just possible because of the group we have. That's the only reason for it. We had the players, we had top-class players, world-class players in moments when we had in the past not. We mixed up with kids. The kids still played their part, which was absolutely nice. And so we were lucky in moments. We had to come back against Leicester or whatever in cup competitions, these kind of things. So it was a lot what happened in this past year. And of course, I have no idea who wants to go or whatever, and I don't see that really. But if somebody comes around the corner and says, I have a club where I would love to go, and it's the normal thing what always happens, then the other club has to make an offer, because as long as the boys are here, we have to agree as well, and that's how it is. But it's not really not a moment. It's a moment where we need to focus, where we need to 100% keep everybody in line, which is not a problem actually, for these last two games. For the last game on Premier League game on Sunday, which is a massive one, and then for the other one as well.
Thank you, Carl. Carl from Press Association. I'm going to finish with Neil from the Open before we go to the first breakout. Yes, Carl.
Just wondered, did you realise you were almost quoting lines from your song there when you talked about delivered what you promised you said? When you talking to Juliet, I'm thinking we can deliver what I promised I said. So.
Oh, that was not on purpose. But maybe I heard it that often. That would be really embarrassing. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I can sing it if you want.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Carl, it's a serious press conference. No.
I could.
Yeah, thank you. That's good.
Just on your Ferraris in the garage, you spoke about this in the week. I'm just wondering how easy is it for you to park those Ferraris again when it comes to the next couple of games?
The boys, the boys bought completely in this project this year. Definitely, 100%. The boys accept the decisions. The boys. That's what I say. That's why they play like they play. And so I have to make decisions in the end, and that's what I did the whole season. And now the boys now they would start arguing, moaning, whatever. It will never happen and will not happen, for sure not this year. And that made it happen. That's why we are where we are. So now I have to make sports decisions, and the rest we deal with each other in a specific way. And obviously we have a lot of respect for each other, and like each other, and we everybody bought in. We want to be as successful as possible, and I have to make a few decisions, and that's it.
Thank you. finally, on the one question, and we go to the breakout.
Yeah, you obviously said you don't want anyone to leave, but there are some players who contracts are up in the summer, so potentially Sunday could be the last time Anfield gets to see them. Would you encourage Origi, Milner, that the fans give them a special sort of ovation before people to the club?
We can only do that with a few we know it definitely, and I think that's only Div, right?
Yes.
So, yes, I expect Div to get a special reception or farewell or whatever he is, and will be for me forever a Liverpool legend, one of the most important players I ever had. That sounds completely strange with the amount of games he had, but it is and was a pure joy to work together with him. So it's not over yet. So just because it's now the last Premier League game, and yes, he deserves all good thoughts we can generate somehow for his future, and wherever he will go, he will be successful 100%. He's an outstanding player, outstanding boy. Everybody in the team loves him because Liv is just a relaxed guy and a really lovable guy. So yeah, that will be a harsh moment when he actually leaves. It will not for us not be now, but whenever it will be hard. But because since I'm here, Div is here. So and I remember so many things when I think about Div. That's incredible. So important goals, injuries, bad injuries, and all these kind of things. So ups and downs, and yeah, he's a Liverpool legend, no doubt.
Fantastic. Right, first embargo is 10:30 p.m. tonight, Friday the 20th, 10:30.